Well, the anticipation has grown, and I know some people have been waiting for this, but now, even though right now is being filmed on September 29th, 2014, and I told the world that I was going to release a brand new episode of the Main Event Talk on October 5th. I just didn't want to wait. I didn't want to wait. You want to know why? Because this video, the Main Event Talk, is back. It's here for the first time. But this video is being released on October 1st, right? Exactly. But this video is being produced on September 29th. And I'm admitting that to all of you right here. So the anticipation for the Main Event Talk is over. And to make this very historic, I've decided that the main event rants are finished. But I've got one more rant left in me. So I'm going to go ahead and get that rant over with this Sunday, the last rant. But we'll see if any more comes along the way. So ladies and gentlemen, it is here, it is now, the anticipation is over. Welcome to the new episode of the Main Event Talk. I am the main event player, the Super C. I'm back and better than ever. And I choose to do this right now because of a few things. You know, this has been one hell of a week, hasn't it? We're on, like I said, September 29th is here, and I just got done watching Monday Night Raw, and I even got an opportunity to, watch a little bit of Monday Night Football. Now, those of you that probably have watched the football, watched the game and everything else like that, something must be wrong here. Something must be wrong here. And let me kind of explain why. For all of my Cowboy fans out there that had an opportunity to see the Saints versus the Dallas Cowboys, all the Romo hating motherfuckers right now are looking at themselves like, oh my God, they beat the Saints. Amazing, isn't it? But not as amazing as this. Here I am. I'm done watching Monday Night Raw. I didn't even get a chance to see what was going on Monday Night Football until I finally saw the end. The New England Patriots against the Kansas City Chiefs, and all of a sudden the Kansas City Chiefs beat the New England Patriots 42-14. How pathetic is that? I'm not the biggest New England Patriots fan in the world. But I do know that Tom Brady, unquestionably to me, is the greatest quarterback of all time. That's the truth. I'm saying it right here, right now, on the Main Event Talk. But when you throw, I don't know how many interceptions, and make all of these ridiculous mistakes, there comes a time and a point when that question comes along. You know what that question is. That question goes like this. Should it be time for Tom Brady to retire? This is one of these points, and I'm going to say it right here, right now in the Main Event Talk. And I know that certain particular Patriots fans are going to look at me a little bit funny when I start saying this. It's really funny that It's really funny that Tony Romo has to be a better quarterback than Tom Brady. Yeah, I said it. Right here in my Main Event Talk. It's funny that the Cowboys are doing better than the New England Patriots. Yeah, I went even further. But then again, it's like this. I know some people are probably saying to themselves, I can't believe Furman is bashing the fucking New England Patriots. Really? like the Cowboys have never been bashed, right? The only difference between the Cowboys and the Patriots, besides the fact that we got more Super Bowls than they do, is the fact that they can't stand when they get trashed. We don't care if they trash us. We dig the haters. We dig the people that hate us, and the haters keep coming every time. That's why we are number one. That's why we have 5 championships. That's why the Cowboys are doing better than they have been in a while. But I'm not going to toot my own horn just yet. But let's get off the track for a moment and on football and get right into what the main event knows best. And that is professional wrestling. And you know what? I got to start with WWE because I'll tell you what. You know, is it just me? And I'm going to say this right now, right here and there. Is it just me, or are we getting sick and tired of these ridiculous segments between Nikki Bella and Brie Bella? Are we getting sick of it? Of course we are. Because here's the thing. There are so many people that are tired of this whole thing. And the only reason why people are cheering for Brie Bella is because she is the wife of Daniel Bryan. That's the only reason why she's getting all these yeses. I mean, do you agree upon that? I mean, don't get me wrong. Brie Bella is not the best athlete in the world, but she's good. At least she's learning from the best, right? Otherwise, she wouldn't be putting on the yes lock, you know? But you know what? This whole issue with Brie Bella and Nikki Bella needs to come to an end. It needs to finish. It needs to be over with and done, okay? Put it on lockdown because we don't want to see it anymore. As a matter of fact, I got a proposition. I want WWE to hear this, and I want every single person that is watching the main event talk right here, right now, to hear me out. Okay? How about this? Let's see. Hell in a Cell's coming in a couple of weeks, right? Forgot. I don't know what the date is. I may have to look that up very, very soon. Let's see. Imagine this, if you will. Put Nikki Bella and Brie Bella at Hell in a Cell, but not in the actual structure because that'd be wrong. Completely wrong. Although, if they did put Nikki Bella and Brie Bella at Hell in a Cell, they will actually beat just a little bit of the TNA knockouts. Because have you noticed that the TNA knockouts are doing a whole lot better than WWE Divas? Oh yeah, it's the truth. We all know it. Just ask Gail Kim and just ask Havoc. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But I say, you put Nikki Bella and Brie Bella in one match. Just one match. It doesn't matter if it's a ladder match. It doesn't matter if a bra and panties match. Is it just me or we don't even see any more bra and panties matches anymore? Yeah, who cares? But anyways, put those two in a match. Just one match. One match, that's it. And make the match last longer than 2 minutes. Because that's usually what the Divas matches are. 2 minutes. You put the match together, and then you go ahead and let Brie Bella win. You know why you let Brie Bella win? Because Nikki can't do shit. No offense, she just can't do shit. She may be hot, she may be with John Cena, but here's the thing. How is it that Nikki Bella never talks about John Cena, but yet the husband, Brie Bella's husband, Daniel Bryan, is being mentioned over and over again? You know why? Because the fans want to see Daniel Bryan. That's it. That's all it comes down to. And at the end of the day, at the end of the match, we put the whole Brie Nikki Bella to bed. And then after we put that to bed, then the sisters can get back together and then go attack Stephanie. And then after that, no more. No more feuds, no more this, because as far as I'm concerned, everybody is sick and tired of the Nikki Brie Bella feud, okay? Let's just be done with it. Get it over at Hell in a Cell. Nobody gives a shit, all right? Let's move on. And let's talk about, let's talk about a man who's been causing a lot of problems in WWE. A man who I am glad is causing all these problems because this is exactly what the WWE needed. I'm talking about Mr. Money in the Bank himself, Seth Rollins. And you know what? I said from the beginning that at Night of Champions, oh, you've probably seen it on Facebook, you've probably seen it on Twitter. At Night of Champions, Dean Ambrose would appear before everybody. But before I continue about that, I want to also talk about the whole situation involving Roman Reigns. And, I got to tell you, once the news got out about Roman Reigns and, about what happened, I guess he got some kind of surgery. I didn't read the whole surgery deal and everything else like that. But the main event was very, very curious about what the injury was about and everything. And I read through it. And, all I can say is, I'm a huge fan of Roman Reigns. I know everybody else is a huge fan of Roman Reigns. I guess the big question remains is, when will we see Roman Reigns back in a WWE ring? Well, obviously, his injury is going to last for about a couple of months, if not probably until the Royal Rumble. I mean, that's what a lot of people are predicting. Next week on Monday Night Raw, there's going to be a live interview with Roman Reigns. The first time we've seen Roman Reigns, I think, since a couple of Mondays ago. And he was supposed to have had his match with Seth Rollins. Did not happen. And, well, hopefully in the near future, I mean, even though Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have already had their match on Monday Night Raw a couple of weeks ago, seeing it again at Night of Champions would be interesting, But nonetheless, from the main event player to Roman Reigns, I'd like to say best wishes and, get well soon, my man. And hopefully if you come back, please come back at the Royal Rumble. Because I know a lot of people are going to want to see the Roman Empire come in to the Royal Rumble 2015. Who knows? Maybe he'll be the man. Maybe he'll be the man to win the Royal Rumble next year. Move on to take on Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 31. But that is if The Rock doesn't get him first. You know about that, don't you? But anyways, let's continue on. This whole thing with Seth Rollins, this whole thing with Dean Ambrose, I knew it would turn into like this whole crazy, little fest that's been going on ever since Dean Ambrose has shown up. He makes his return on Night of Champions, and obviously doing what he does best. He goes out there, he finds Seth Rollins, he beats his ass, and before you know it, the next night on Raw, he shows up, and all he wants is a piece of Dean Ambrose. The same will be applied to John Cena. And by the way, I want to get to that part in just a moment with John Cena and the whole thing with Brock Lesnar. But anyways, let me continue on. All that Seth Rollins, or all that Dean Ambrose wants, is a piece of Seth Rollins. The same applies with John Cena. Okay? And while Seth Rollins has tried everything in his power to stay the fuck away from Dean Ambrose, the Authority had tried everything in its power to keep Dean Ambrose away from Seth Rollins, right? And oh god, and I was probably the only person that figured this out. You know how when they took Dean Ambrose, security had took Dean Ambrose, and instead of just going ahead and just taking him out of the building, which was a smart move on Stephanie's part, I gotta say that. They put him in this room, lock him in there. They leave 750 security guards to make sure that Dean Ambrose does not leave the building. But here I am, sitting at home, eating my chips and stuff like that there with a little dip on the side. And then all I'm saying to myself is, okay, they're keeping Dean Ambrose in there. You hear the knock, right? Right when they put him in there, right? And then straight up that Dean Ambrose is in that room. Okay, he's in there. He's not going to go anywhere, okay? So he's right there sitting there, not doing a damn thing. He's beating the shit out of the door. But then a few segments later, they go right back to it. There's the security guards right there. There's Triple H, he's in there. Yeah, keep him in there, make sure he's fine, right? But you notice, no knocks. Not a damn thing. And then I thought to myself, what if, did the Authority even decide to look into that room before they decided to put Dean Ambrose in there? I mean, because there could be a back door. Most arenas do have a back door. Let's be clear on that. So then during the night, Randy Orton goes one-on-one against John Cena. Again. This was last week, by the way. And then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins has